guys, Mike, Paranormal Doctor here. So, I've been seeing a lot of videos through YouTube, and a lot of people are asking, do demonic entities exist? Uh, I would say they do. And I know personally from experience the amount of horrific things that have happened, such as horrible skin rashes, black, disgusting messes coming out of me, horrific bad things happening, parents being in the hospital at the same time, me dealing with um, a lot of things that maybe I'll really reveal later. Pretty bad. So the difference is though is that we know that we can bring things on ourselves. What people don't know is how much of it is influenced by things that we may be unaware of. We might be unaware of subconsciously, or we might be aware of it consciously. So there's a lot of aspects and a lot of things that can go into an investigation. So I guess being an investigator is looking at all aspects, subconsciously, consciously, and or if in fact it actually is what it is. And now, so from what I know of what the demonic is, and from what I've learned from Warren stuff and through I've learned from other investigators, and so basically, when dealing with them, they're not that easy to get rid of, right? That it just doesn't happen. From what I've seen, a lot of them are becoming adaptive. They're changing different tactics, different ways, different things, and how they're going about and doing stuff. And they are, in fact, ending up in places that they shouldn't. Now, what we don't know as paranormal investigators is how they are getting through into what I like to call the gray area, where demonic entities are ending up they're crossing through the channel barrier. They're crossing through a channel into people's locations, and we don't know exactly, or I at least don't know at this point yet, exactly why. I'm only assuming that their worlds are getting closer together. That's what I suspect. That basically it's not like hell's below and like some underground or something like that. It's not like that type of thing. More like both this gray area and the entity type of thing. They're in line with each other, but much separate. They're separate and they fall under a different set of the same rules, but not really. See, like a bad spirit can kind of like act. Bad spirit can act very similar to what a demonic entity can do. So there's similarities, but there's major differences, right? So we know about the smell, and we know about different things that they're capable of. And for anyone to understanding of this, I think it's important for people to understand, especially where the Ed Warren came from, and understanding how like a projection, kind of like a projection of like it's like looking at you, but projecting that thought or image to you, right? And it makes complete sense. It does, but scientifically, to prove that is going to take more time and more major studies to open up and to really discover those things. But demonic entities, the real deal, they're not that easy to get rid of, man. And it's doable. But you need to have trained people that actually know what they're doing. Whether it be, doesn't matter what religion you believe in, but having people that know what's up and can kind of, a lot of stuff is Christian based, but it's not all Christian based either, right? There's a lot of stuff that's based in all the religions all around the world. So I think it's important for investigators to pay attention to detail. So you will know if it is the real thing, I can tell you this. If in fact it is a real thing, what it will do is attack everyone, not just one particular person, not, you know, it doesn't pick favorites, is what that's kind of what it does. You know, it doesn't just pick one, it picks everybody. And essentially what their purpose is to rip you apart and rip everything that you know and love. And that's what it does. See, the thing is, you need to understand is that it doesn't affect you, because it knows that it wants to go after what you love the most. And remember that, because that's exactly what these things do. And a lot of people are getting things mixed up with just personal demons, you know, or personal things that they may have dealt with or something like that, you know what I mean? Which is the real thing, and that's all to be respected as well. So it's like, you know, but they're like, that's like a, I mean, we can create haunts ourselves, right? We know that that's not possible in the paranormal field. We can do that. For it scientifically be proven, in fact, I mean, that's going to take both fields in order to step up in major ways to really get a lot of these answers. There's so many unanswered questions in the paranormal aspect. It's ridiculous how many things are like unknown, and that's both on the science field and paranormal field together. I think it's going to take two fields working together extremely well in order to get some at least some answers for some people that are wondering things or know things that they've already, you know, that we already know exist anyways. But it's how you scientifically prove that. So, but yeah, I mean, mostly demonic entities are they're just not gonna, they're not, the purpose is to make your life miserable, to rip it apart in shreds. It doesn't, you know, that's their thing. So it's difficult to understand a personal haunt compared to that. You will know as an investigator what the difference is. And you'll have to look at cases that are specifically just straight demonic in nature. And, you know, I hope you guys take some time and pay attention to that, because a lot of personal demons, personal haunts, they're not exactly the same as what the real thing, the real deal is. So hopefully you got something out of this video. I will answer any questions you guys have on this subject. This is kind of what I do on my off time. You know, despite fishing, I love fishing, and so that's kind of what I do off my off time too. But yeah, the worst is kind of what I like dealing with. So if you guys hear about any cases or anything you want me to investigate, message me up. Later.